It's like my intro. This is the Height Differential. We're back. I feel like we've been gone for a little bit, but it's just been 7, 8, 9 days. We are back for the Height Differential. That's the 6-6 deal. I am the 410. Nick, before we jump in, quick reminder, if you're watching live or catching this later, make sure to subscribe to the Height Differential wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you like the show, rate it and leave a review. You can also follow us on social at the Height, actually just at Height Differential. We'll talk Olympics. We'll talk college hoops. Scottie Scheffler finally didn't finish in the top 10 for the first time in years. Pimlico is not hosting the Preakness, and Laurel is going to host it with about less than 5,000 fans.
Yeah.
But before we get into everything, I don't know about you, but I'm a little sad that the Olympics are over.
Yeah, I mean, what a nice little 2 weeks we had. You know, the U.S. putting up some good numbers. It's their most successful Winter Olympics in a while. Most gold medals ever. Most overall medals on foreign soil for the Winter Olympics. But an absolute great 2 weeks for the U.S. And yeah, I'm a little sad as well.
Yeah, I feel like it takes a couple days to kind of really get into it. And then once you're fully invested, like that's all I was doing is during the day was while I was at work, make sure I had it on all the time and keeping up with what was going on. The Thursday last week was awesome with the women's figure skating gold medal game and the women's figure skating going on at the same exact time. So Thursday was really cool. Both of them finishing with gold, and then obviously the Olympics ending with the men winning gold on Sunday. And then Mike Tirico, man, just ends it with just what a great tribute to the Olympics, just firing everybody up, getting everybody ready for 2030, 2034, 2038, 2042. Get ready because everybody got fired up.
You're already looking forward to the 2042 games, huh?
Well, I'm telling you, the 5 and 6 year olds that were watching that, they pumped, they ready to go.
They are ready.
But dude, how good is he at his job?
He's very good. I mean, that's why NBC paid the big bucks to lure him off of ESPN, and rightfully so. He's one of the best.
You do the play-by-play for the Super Bowl, and then immediately fly to Italy.
Get on a plane, and go to the Olympics.
And those are two very different jobs. Doing play-by-play and hosting are two very different jobs, and he might be the best of both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I put him up there with the Bob Costases of the world, maybe the Al Michaels action, but he's very good.
Well, I think Bob Costas is probably the closest comparison because
Costas does both. Yeah,
he hosted and did play-by-play. He kind of leaned away from play-by-play later in his career, but yeah, I think that's probably the closest comparison. But what was the biggest story that stuck out to you in the Olympics?
I mean, the female dominance of the U.S. athletes. I mean, like I said, it's the most gold medals that the U.S. has won in a Winter Olympics. They won 12, and 8 of them by either female teams or female individual athletes. So, like we mentioned, the women's hockey team with their overtime win over Canada to get the gold, and Alysa Liu was her name, the figure skater, pulling out the gold medal in that sport, and just the overall, just the greatness of the female U.S. Olympian athletes.
Yeah, and just talking about Alysa Liu, I don't know how much you kept up with it over the last 2 weeks, but her attitude going into it was just kind of really carefree. And you can kind of see that in her figure skating. Her story is incredible. I mean, she was winning national championships when she was 13 years old, competes in the Olympics in 2022 at the age of 16, and then hangs her skates up. And she wasn't having fun with it, retires, says she's done, and then she decides she wants to come back. And of the 3 U.S. figure skaters, I think she had the longest odds to win the gold. But
she was not the favorite,
But she really did skate carefree, had a great short program skate that put her in contention, and then really, it's just such a nerve-wracking sport because we saw Amber Glenn, who was probably the leading candidate from USA to win gold, had one little stumble in the short skate, which set her all the way back to 13th. And she wasn't able to overcome it. She was in first for a long time after having a really good free skate, ended up finishing 5th. But it's just such a nerve-wracking sport. You make one mistake, and it can eliminate you from contention. And I really do think that she was the fact that she was retired, she'd already kind of been through it, she was just having fun with it. It played a role in the reason why she was able to skate so carefree and take home the gold. But it was great to see.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And then, you get into the hockey, both hockeys. I mean, the men's hockey gold medal probably is the main story of the Olympics, what everybody's gonna remember, for years and years to come, and with their overtime victory over Canada, and what a great game that was. And but the women's hockey team as well, both, like I said, overtime goals, a little bit different fashion. The women had to pull the goalie, and they were down to their last minute before Hillary Knight scores that goal with a minute left in the last
2
period to send
minutes,
it to
but
overtime.
it was getting nerve
It was
wracking.
getting tight. 2
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah, the goalie was pulled. So they were in desperation mode, and they got that goal, and they went on to win it in overtime. And with the men, it was more of a they took the lead, and they hung on for dear life, just to get it to overtime. And once overtime happened, the magic happened. So with Hughes, so I think the hockey is probably both hockey teams is probably the biggest story. And moving forward, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, we talked about how much we love Olympic hockey, and I think a lot of that is because neither one of us really have hockey teams that we follow. And this gives you like, hockey's so fun when you have a team to watch, and it makes me wanna have an NHL team, but it's just so hard to force that. I've tried to have several teams, but yeah, hockey is gonna be the standout for the Olympics. The women's game was incredible. Like, we talked about it last week, how there's no way that they were gonna lose. They were, what, 33 to 1 in all of their games leading up to the
Yeah,
championship? You're trying
dominated.
to
Yeah,
jinx it, but saying Canada has no chance, and with 2.5 minutes, they're pulling the goalie because they're down 1-0, and they're
there was
going
never a
empty
doubt.
net.
There was
They're
never a
going
doubt.
empty net,
Never a doubt.
and but yeah, you're right, the legend, Hillary Knight, comes through with the tying goal, and then pretty quickly in 3-on-3, Megan Keller gets the game winner. Just they needed to win that. The way they had dominated the entire tournament, they deserved to win it. It would have been an absolute travesty if they didn't. So, was really happy to see them win. And then the men's game, they get that early goal, which you wanna be up, but a lot of the guys talked about after the game that might have been one of the worst things that could have happened, because they kinda felt like they were on their heels a little bit the rest of the way,
Yes.
playing maybe not to lose. And then once Canada tied it, they said it on the broadcast, Eddie Olczyk said it several times, they were lucky to get to overtime because it just
Oh, the Canada had so many chances. I mean, they we had the save by, Hellebuck that with the stick of his
incredible.
handle, like, the handle, yeah, like, barely gets a piece of it, shoots that thing wide, and then Canada had a wide open net, and the dude just pushed it left. I
Yeah.
mean, multiple chances. I mean,
Well,
Canada outshot the US 42-28. Like, they're getting 16 more chances on goal, or 14 more chances on goal, and, we're just lucky that one of them didn't go in.
and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm a hockey. I don't know that much about hockey. I don't watch a lot of hockey, but I mean, the USA also had a shot where it hit both posts, which I've never seen in a hockey game. It hit the right post, ricocheted off, hit the left post, didn't go in. But the overtime goal by Jack Hughes, with they say he's back in the game, but his teeth didn't come with him, and then he gets the game winning goal. I mean, he took it to the mouth with a stick,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, just watching the pictures and then the interviews after the game, blood coming out of his mouth, American flag draped around his shoulders,
yes.
gold medal on, like, that's just that's just that is just a perfect hockey picture, like, all of it, like, all of it. Like,
How
he's just
many
a hockey
people
dude,
how many
just
people
a
are gonna
hockey
have
dude.
that picture in
Yes.
their basements
In their
forever?
basements, on T-shirts, all of it, yeah. But also, like, how cool is it for the Hughes brothers? Like, we mentioned, like, Jack gets the game winner to win the gold medal, which is obviously is the big one. But the US in the quarterfinals, they went to overtime, against Sweden, so they were on the brink of elimination in the quarterfinal, and his brother Quinn scored the overtime winner. So, like, just to, like, celebrate with your brother, both of you score overtime goals in the knockout rounds. But, like, what a cool family moment that is.
And 2 sets of brothers on the team,
Yeah.
the Tkachucks too. And
The
look,
Kachucks, yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know these guys before the Olympics. Did you?
No.
Did you
No.
know who any of them were?
I've heard of the Kachucks from the Four Nations thing last year when the 2 brothers were fighting all of Team Canada right when the puck dropped. You remember
Yeah,
that last year?
not really.
That was them. But other than that, and Austin Matthews, I think, is the only other one I really actually know because he's a superstar in the NHL. But yeah, a lot of these guys, no, you're right. I don't watch a lot of hockey until it's Stanley Cup finals or Stanley Cup playoffs. And yeah, no, it was cool to get to know them for 2 weeks
Yeah, I knew 2 players, I think, Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid, both Canadians,
on
like,
Canadians.
right? So, you
Yeah,
watch the early games, you get to know the teams, and then Sunday, the women played at noon at the KFC Yum Center, and I wasn't leaving the house till that hockey game was over, so I got there right at 10.
yeah. No, like
But
you see, like, but just like the awesomeness of the moment. Like you look around the country
oh
and
my
bars
god.
were open at 7 a.m. On the West Coast, bars were open at 4 a.m. Like, like packed, like people are packing into bars in the early morning hours, boozing, drinking the beers, having a good time, celebrating. Like all around the country, people were tuned into this thing. Like this was a huge deal
Well, it's only the 3rd gold in USA's history, and the first since 1980, the Miracle on Ice. So, they talk about how important that 1980 gold medal was to USA hockey, and maybe now this will propel it to even another level. But just, I mean, I'm just sitting there and they score, and you raise your arms like it's just it was fun to see them. And look, Nike didn't even expect the USA to win, so they didn't even put in production all these hockey jerseys because they expected Canada to win the thing. So people are going to buy jerseys, and I don't think people can find them anywhere. Can you
you
imagine
can't
how
find.
many of those they
You
would
can't
sell?
find a Jack Hughes. You can't find a Jack Hughes jersey
They
anywhere.
better be putting those in production like now because people would still be buying them.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah,
So,
that picture
as you
is
said,
gonna
like,
be iconic.
you don't watch a lot of hockey. Like, is this kinda like curling for you? Like, you pay attention to it for 2 weeks, and then see you later, we'll, like, wait till the next US team trots out
I
there in 4 years, or are
dude,
you gonna pay more attention to hockey now?
I've tried this every single time that look, pros be the top level players being in the Olympics makes it way more fun. It's when they're not there, it's not as exciting. But every single time there's NHL players in the Olympics, I try. I'm like, I'm gonna pick a team. I'm gonna go. So this year, I've been saying I'm gonna follow the Tampa Bay Lightning. So once the NHL starts back, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna make a real effort to see if I can become a Tampa Bay Lightning fan.
Weren't you on the, Predators bandwagon for a year there, like, a
I've been
couple
on
years
them
ago when
all.
they were pretty good?
I've been on them all. I've been a Avs fan, I've been a Preds fan, I've been a Blue Jackets. None of them has stuck. Let's see if the Lightning can stick. Like, what NHL team do you pretend to be? You a Red Wings guy? Is that what you pretend to be?
Back in the day, in the '90s, I actually did watch. Yes, in the '90s, I was a Red Wings guy when they had, Steve Yzerman and Sergei Fedorov and Brett Hull and Brendan Shanahan, and, like, they were good. They were winning some Stanley Cups. They had the huge rivalry with the Avalanche that they ended up making a 30 for 30 on, but, like, that team with Lindstrom and, yeah, like, Scotty Bowman was the coach, like, that was peak hockey for me, was late '90s Detroit Red Wings.
That was back when the Avs were good too,
Yeah, yeah, that was a
right?
huge
And they were
rivalry,
kinda,
yes.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
remember kinda cheering for the Avs at that point. But,
yeah, it was
I
like
mean, nothing's ever
Forsberg, and they had Patrick Waugh in goal for the
yeah.
Avalanche. Yeah, it's huge, huge deal.
But my goal is to get in on the Lightning, fly down to Tampa Bay, go to Caddies, go to Hat Tricks, and then hit up a Lightning game.
There you go.
Maybe even
You
hit
take
the undertow.
you hit the Oz as well?
We don't know about that. We don't know about that. But that's the goal. It's direct flight, easy to get there, good uniforms, they're a good team. They haven't won in the last couple years. Let's jump on the Lightning. Are you gonna reinvest in the Red Wings, or are you gonna roll somebody else?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably not gonna be watching hockey until the I'm gonna keep on keeping on with everything else, but I'll tune into hockey once it's playoff time. It's kinda like the NBA. I don't watch a lot of, like, now that when the Pacers suck like they do this year because Halliburton's out, like, I haven't watched that much NBA, but I'll tune in once April rolls around and the playoffs start. So we'll give it another 2 months, and then we'll be back.
I'm just gonna say Tampa's a way better city to go to in the winter than Detroit. So
But yeah, that was
my
not even a question.
if you are gonna
Not even.
go, pick a different team.
I might
Um,
jump on the. I'll go when you go to Tampa to see the Lightning. You take me with you.
let's go. Jump on the wagon with us. Our our boy, the dude that can go uphill on skis in 6 minute mile, Klæbo,
Yeah,
Johannes
yeah.
Klæbo, Norway's own, dude finishes with a record 6 gold medals in a single
It's
game.
insane.
The 50 kilometer, the the 4x7.5 relay, the 10 kilometer free, the men's sprint classic, the men's team sprint free, and the skiathlon. Dude went 6 for 6.
He's a monster.
He belongs in the greatest Olympian of all time. That's conversation.
I mean, for that particular sport, yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah. No, you're right. Uh, there's just I don't know much about these events that he's doing. Like I don't know what to compare it to, but yeah. I
U.S.
mean,
speed skater Eric Heiden had the record for 5 goals in a single game, and dude just finishes with 6. He goes famous because he becomes a meme because he's doing a 6 minute mile uphill on skis, and then he ends up winning 6 gold medals. And then I think Elena Myers Taylor, I think, was another big story
yeah,
of the Olympics,
yes.
winning
Another
her first
female
gold
athlete.
at
Yeah,
the age
yeah.
of 41. Became the oldest individual gold medalist in Winter Games history in her 5th appearance, and then gets to tell her kids she won. That was pretty cool.
So I'm looking here at the final medal count, right? And Norway dominates the games because Klæbo that you just mentioned wins 6 golds, and they're just a skiing powerhouse over Norway. 41 total medals. They won the gold, the silver, and the bronze straight up on all 3 categories. The U.S. finishes second in total medals with 33, and second in gold medals with 12. And then third was the Netherlands, Italy fourth. I'm looking at the top 10. Guess what country is noticeably missing from the top 10?
Canada?
The cheating Canadians are not in the top 10. Bums.
How?
Bunch of bums. Cheaters. Cheaters. I don't know. But they're not in the top 10 of total medals or gold medals. Out. Done.
Oof. They're gonna have to do something about that.
Here's the
Like you
rundown. We said Norway, US, Netherlands, Italy, Germany, France, Sweden, Switzerland, Austria, and Japan.
I mean, how many of
Those are
those countries are just always cold or cold a lot? I don't know. I don't know anything about
Norway.
GR.
I don't know. They all have mountains. We
But
got
I do
mountains.
know that Canada is colder than all the states of the United States, and I've been up north in the United States, and some of those states are very cold, like South Dakota.
I will say, should we congratulate the cheating finger pokers? They did end up getting first place in men's curling, with their finger pokes. But
So
outside of them, I don't know really what else they've done. Finishing second behind us in hockey, but the finger pokers at least got their gold.
cheating finger pokers.
A-holes.
Like we're the bald eagles. Should Canada just change their mascot to the finger pointers? Or the
They should. They should.
just I really am like even on Sunday night, just sad that there was no Olympics to watch. It goes by fast. 2 weeks.
Are you speaking of the Olympics, before we wrap it up, are you an opening and closing ceremony watcher? Me neither.
Like
It's too long, too boring.
yeah, like I'll flip it on just to maybe see US for like a second when they're coming in and leaving, but
How do you know when they're coming in, though?
that's why I just keep like you think it's alphabetical, but then it's like they're all over the board and it's impossible to so no, I'm not. It's cool seeing the flame lit and the flame de
Yeah.
turned off or whatever what do you call that? When you delit it? What is that called? Extinguish.
Snuff it out.
Extinguish.
Extinguish
Extinguish. Extinguish.
extinguish the flame.
It,
Yeah.
it's it's cool to see that, but no, I'm not sitting through a 3-hour thing watching Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir break down everything that's happening. But I did turn it on because I can tell you that Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir break down everything that's happening, but there's no chance, no, that I'm not watching it.
Okay,
It's
I
for a
didn't think
totally
so.
different audience, a
It
totally
is.
different audience.
I agree.
And now we're on to LA in the summer of '28, which you won't have to wait or be watching it 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Everything will be live in prime time, and it's gonna be
That's awesome.
awesome.
I can't wait for that.
It's gonna be absolutely awesome.
Yes.
This weekend, we had 2 of the biggest college hoops games of the year.
Yeah.
We can start with Duke, Michigan. And what was cool about Duke, Michigan is the fact that we get a non-con game at a neutral site in mid-February.
I mean,
And
it's like a NCAA Final Four appetizer, if you will.
that's what it's designed for. It's designed to give these teams some experience with that. I think they had open shoot-arounds in DC prior to the game. It's to give you that feel. Do we need more of these in conference play? Does it get too mundane where it's just you you all the conferences just playing each other? Do we need more of these where teams are going outside of conference play? Do you like it on neutral site, or would you rather it be on a home court?
I'm fine either way. I'm fine with the neutral site. You know, I think we do need more of these because, like you said, like it just kind of gets a unless you get that, you know, like the Arizona at Kansas, like, you know, like that top 5 matchup that are actual conference teams. Like, you don't get a lot of that. You get like Michigan versus Rutgers or a Michigan versus Northwestern a couple times, and it's just kind of like, it's just kind of stale. Like this brings a little spice to it, a little, you know, a little excitement. I like the neutral site's fine because that's what the tournament's going to be here in a couple weeks. So, you know, it's good enough. But no, I do think we need more of this because it kinda breaks up that staleness, that kinda lull in the basketball season where you like you said, like, it's just conference play, conference play.
No, I love it. I love it. I look, the other thing is you don't always know if these teams are going to live up to their hype, right? If we talked about how odd kind of the Baylor Louisville game was a couple weeks ago because Baylor's had so many injuries and aren't in the top 25, and they got less than what 4,000 people at that game. But it's also it's pretty far away from Louisville. Like it's basically a Baylor home game, and they've struggled,
It
and that's
was.
why it was kind of odd.
Yes.
This game, seats were going for, I think upper deck seats were going for $600. So the hype for this game was awesome. I do absolutely think we need more of these. It also makes me think, do you move one of those conference showdowns instead of having it in the preseason? Do you move it to where it is kinda in conference play to kinda force this a little bit? Uh, but you get number 1 and number 3 on in the middle of February, and the beginning of the game, they're going up and down the court, and then the second half, it really changed, and Duke ends up winning 68 to 63. John Shire what is in his 4th year now at Duke, and has really it's just incredible how he's just been able to pick up where Coach K left off. Whenever you lose a legend, you think you're gonna see a drop off, and we really have not seen it with Duke, which is really a credit to him.
No, yeah, I mean, he's one of the quickly one of the best coaches in the country after just 4 years. You know, took the Duke to the Final Four last year. They're well on their way again this year. So every year he's been coaching, it's gotten better and better. And you just look at like some of the in-game stuff that he does, like the sets that Duke runs, and they have the number 1 defense in the country. Offensively, they're running great sets, like in-game adjustments. Like when Duke's down, you know, when they were down 9 to Louisville at halftime, they came out in the second half and just actually took it to us. And similar to their place, you know, it was a somewhat of a close game at halftime at Duke. And second half, he came out, adjusted, and took it to us again. So I mean, he's a really good coach. There's no doubt about it. One of the best in the country.
Cameron Boozer almost has a triple-double in that game, 18, 10, and 7. And Elliot Cadeau really struggled for Michigan, only shot 1 of 8 from the field, was 1 of 6 from 3. And then you get Duke, who comes off of that and beats Notre Dame by 40 on Tuesday night at Notre Dame. Shire is already the first coach in ACC history to have two 40-plus wins on the road by more than 40 two 40-plus wins on the road. All time, not in 1 year, to ever
All
do
time.
it. They also beat Georgia Tech by 40-something in 2023. They scored 100 points in the win over Notre Dame. They have now scored 100 points in back-to-back ACC games. That's the first time they've done it since 1998, 1999. I feel like we talked about the 98-99 Duke team last week. And
Yeah.
here's another one for you, a Boozer stat. Every single game this year, Boozer has had 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. I know, like, that sounds it doesn't sound amazing, right? But it's
It
consistent.
sounds pretty good. I mean, it sounds pretty good, but I'm willing to bet there's not many people that have done that.
No one has ever done it in the first 28 games. No
Eh,
one has ever done it.
eh,
No one has never had at least 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists in their first 28 games in college basketball history.
He's special.
Is
That's why
is he
he's
a lock?
probably going. I mean, that's
Is he
why
a lock?
he's. Yes, I think he is a lock. He's a lock to win Player of the Year. Back to back Duke Players of the Year.
Yeah. No, and that's do you know the last 2 Duke back-to-backs?
Player of the Years.
Yeah. I was gonna go into it, but we'll go ahead and do it now.
Give it we get a Jason Williams and Shane Battier.
Jason Williams was the second one. Boozer.
Trajan Langdon.
Carlos Boozer.
Oh, Boozer. Boozer. Okay.
So that same 1998, 1999 era. But yeah, and once again, this is a rare feat really early in John Shire's tenure as a head coach. It's just it's kind of scary how successful he's been this early. Arizona in the other big game on Saturday, and we won't go into these too much because they happened a couple days ago, but they beat Houston 73-66 without Koa Pete. Arizona now has 3 top 3 wins. They beat Florida in Vegas when they were in the top 3. They won at UConn,
Yep.
and now they've won
Yep.
at Houston.
Yes.
We've talked about how the thing that might hold Arizona back is the fact that they don't make a lot of threes. In all 3 of those wins, they hit 3 or fewer three-point field goals.
Yeah, they didn't take very many in that Houston game. They were 3 of 12. I mean, 25% in good, but only 12 attempts. So they were pounding it, I guess, inside.
And this stat's from Matt Norlander. The past 5 years, when teams play top 3 teams and hit 3 or fewer threes, do you want to guess what their record is? Arizona's 3-0 this year.
Are we counting Arizona or are we counting all the others?
No, counting all the others.
I'm going to say like 1 in however many games it is.
2
One time.
and 70, 2 and 72.
2 and 72. Okay.
Just
I mean,
you,
that's yeah.
you still do wonder if that is going to be what eventually bites them, the fact that they just don't shoot a lot of threes. Houston has now lost 3 in a row as they lose to Kansas on Big Monday. What were the stats I was telling you before the game?
41 and 0 on Big Monday.
Bill Self
41 and 0 at home on Big Monday.
is now after that win is 41 and 0 all time on Big Monday.
Yeah. At home.
Yeah, at home. And they haven't lost 2 straight at the Fog since 1988-89. And obviously they were coming off a loss as they lost by 20 points to Kansas. Who saw that one coming?
Cincinnati. Lost by 16 to Cincinnati.
But yeah, they can't lose to themselves.
Yes. No,
So
I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, they beat Arizona at home, so they got some good wins. They beat Houston at home, and then they lose to Cincinnati. It doesn't make sense.
Darren
Not only
Peterson
lose to
played.
Cincinnati, but one of
No,
their worst home losses
they
of all time.
get worked. I've
I
got
think it was
what was
what, their
it?
worst
Yeah,
was it their worst home loss versus a non-ranked team? And
yeah, I pulled it for you. Um, ESPN research: Cincinnati's 16-point win is the largest by an unranked team at Kansas since Iowa State won by 24 in 1973. The loss also snapped Kansas' 425 game run of not losing by double digits at home against an unranked opponent.
it's gracious.
So
Crazy.
just yeah, I was at the Yum Center watching the cars, and you look up on the board, and you're like, "What is happening? How is Cincinnati beating Kansas?"
And that's with Peterson playing 32 minutes.
Yeah, and look, he didn't have the greatest
He actually
game.
played a full game. Played a
He
full
didn't have
game.
the greatest game
No,
on Monday
but he
night. That
played.
belonged to Trey White, who was just incredible.
Yeah,
But the fact that he played 32 minutes and looked happy and
yeah.
looked into it and looked invested, I think is what people were watching. They didn't even care that he didn't have the greatest game. He looked like he was having fun and ready to play. Elsewhere in college basketball, BYU beats Iowa State, who's number 4, and then goes and loses to UTF at home.
So, yeah, by 13. Give up
I know
97 points to UCF, but they lost by 13.
I know you don't have Richie Saunders anymore, but you figure out a way to beat a really good Iowa State team.
Yeah.
You get your first really good win of the year, and then you just
Yeesh.
absolutely
Yeesh.
lay an egg. It's just we are a week away from March, and I think pretty much Duke, Arizona, and Michigan have locked up number 1 seeds in the NCAA tournament for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear who you think the 4th number 1 is right now. I want you to
Okay.
predict who you think the 4th number 1 seed will be.
UConn.
Are they
I think UConn will end up I don't think they're gonna lose the rest of the way. They'll win the Big East title. They beat St. John's tonight. St. John's was hot. They beat them by 32. I mean, just destroyed them.
from the
I think
jump?
UConn.
Absolutely from the
Yeah.
jump.
I mean, they gave
They
up
were up
40
32
points.
to
40
11
points. Yeah, 72-40 was the final. 40 points from the Johnnies that's bad. But I think UConn probably wins. The Big East is down, so that's going to hurt them a little bit. But I think ultimately they're going to win out, win that conference championship. And I think they'll probably sneak in and get that last one spot.
Yeah, you look at the AP poll right now, and it's those 3 that are 1, 2, 3, Duke, Arizona, Michigan. Iowa State and Houston are 4 and 5. I don't think either one of those are gonna sneak in and be into 1, especially with the Big 12, just everybody kinda beating up on each other. I I'm leaning Florida. I think Florida's gonna end up being that 4th number 1. Their schedule the rest of the way, they've got Arkansas left, but that's the only ranked team that they have left, that they're playing really good basketball. They've won 7 in a
Yeah.
row. Um,
You
they're
don't
gonna
think all
get
those early season losses are going to hurt them?
I think they could, but they're gonna give them the fact that they're playing as good as anybody right now, uh,
Yeah.
and if they I think even if they win, they probably need to win out the rest of the way, win the rest of regular season games, and then win the SEC tournament, but I think they're gonna do that, and if they do, I think they'll be the 4th number 1.
Which
I
I think
I think you
didn't UConn beat Florida early in the like, if they were to compare them head to head, didn't UConn beat
Yeah, they
Florida
beat them
back
in
in
Vegas. They beat them in
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're I don't have their strengths of schedules in front of me, but pretty sure Florida's ranks higher, which I don't know if that'll make up for that.
UConn played I mean, yes, but only because of the conference, but UConn played a heck of a non-conference schedule. I mean, like you said, they played BYU, Arizona, Illinois, all top 20 at the time, top 10 teams. They played at Kansas, Texas, I mean, Florida. Like they loaded up in the non-con with some really, really good teams. So you're right. Maybe Florida's is better because, they played at Duke and they've played a tough, you know, SEC schedule and some good non-cons when they played in the,
Yeah,
whatever
I
that
mean,
Vegas tournament was, but
they lost to
the
Arizona, they lost to Duke, they lost to UConn, so they played a lot of teams, didn't win them. You wonder if that loss to TCU will hurt them. But I think it'll be the 4th number 1 will come between either UConn or Florida, and did you pick UConn, so I'll pick Florida. All Look, next week, women's basketball conference tournaments start, so
Yep.
March is here. It's it's here, and dude, this is gonna be one of the best tournaments. They're all great.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, yeah, like, a lot of great teams. Excited to see these freshmen all play, because this will be the last time we get to see them here down the stretch before they go to the NBA, and how a bunch of them are having great seasons, and what a special freshman class this has been. Excited to see all of them submit their one-year college legacies before they head on out. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Miami, Ohio stays undefeated yesterday with a 74-64 win at Eastern Michigan. I watched a little bit of
Ste
this game.
Yeah,
So it's a ESPN Plus feed. So you're getting Eastern Michigan's announcers.
boy.
Dude, I'm telling you, they hit a 3 early in the first half to trim the lead to 14-9. And this dude just goes absolutely bonkers. And like 10 minutes later, they get like a dunk to trim the lead to like 25-11, and he goes nuts. But just watching these home feeds, it can be really entertaining. Um, they did make a run in the second half. It wasn't enough, but the Redhawks are now 28-0.
We're still on Speedo watch, right?
Yeah, they're 28-0. We better be
That's what
on
I thought,
Speedo
yeah.
watch.
No, we're still on Speedo watch.
They are the 7th team since the NCAA tournament expanded to 64 teams in 1985 to reach 28-0. Do you wanna try to guess them, or do you think it's too tough?
Since since what year?
They are the 7th team since 1985 to reach 28-0. So
One up?
there are 6 other teams on there. I will say it's since 1985, but the first one on here is 1990-91.
UNLV.
That is correct.
We know the 2015 Kentucky team infamously
That's 2.
lost their only game in the championship, so that was one. I'm assuming there's a Duke team in there.
There's not.
No Duke team. Okay. Okay. UConn?
One No. One of them was the year before Kentucky,
2014.
and
So that was a
Kentucky
bad
had something to do with ending their undefeated streak.
Wisconsin? So it was 2014.
Those
That
are
Final Four was
mid-major,
Wichita. Yeah.
Wichita State.
Yeah, that's right. As a 1 seed, yeah, they played the 8 seed Kentucky in the second round. What a
Yes.
brutal draw that was.
So
Yeah, Clay
the
Anthony
only
early and yeah,
the
that's
other
right.
3 you're missing are one team lost in the national championship in 2005.
Illinois?
Yep.
They were
Then get
undefeated?
through
They were
28
undefeated?
games, through
28
28
games?
games.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Interesting.
And
Okay.
and then Gonzaga has done it twice. Gonzaga did it in 2021 and 16-17.
Yeah, Gonzaga makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the fact that Miami, Ohio is in with those teams is incredible. Have you changed your tune?
No.
Do they still have to win the MAC to get in?
Yes. I mean, if it was up to me, yes. I was just about to ask you that same question. With their strength of schedule being so bad, yes, like, you can't just get them a spot. Like, they have to earn that spot, and they haven't earned it by playing a bunch of bums.
Here's what
You
I say.
you
If
gotta
it
win.
is just up to me, if they finish the regular season undefeated and get to the championship game and lose,
Alright, put them
you're
in
gonna
Dayton. I'll put him in Dayton.
I'm putting them in the dance.
Alright, but would you put him in Dayton? I would make them earn it. I would put them in the playing game to make them earn their
Just
right
because their
to play
schedule's
with the
so
big boys.
trash.
Do what?
Just because their schedule is so trash.
It's bad. Like, they need to play a quality team, put them in Dayton against match them up with one of those, power forward teams that are mediocre, that are just barely sliding in, and let's see who's better. Like,
I don't know if they have to win 2 or 3 games, to win their tournament. If they finish the regular season and then lose in the semis,
I'm guessing they
does
probably
that
have to
change
win 3.
does that change anything? Some of these smaller tournaments, you only have to win 2. My guess is it's probably 3, but
At the
I'll
end
look
of the
into it.
year,
We'll have it next
I
week.
will say at the end of the year, if they have 1 loss, I would put them in Dayton and make them
But
earn their way into the tournament.
so they gotta finish the regular season undefeated, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Yes, and they should.
And then
They play all the rest of their games with teams with losing records,
but
just
look,
like
dude,
most of the schedule.
like, you're undefeated regular season, and then you do have to play in the quarters, and you're playing the 8th or ninth seeded team in the MAC tournament, and you lose that game, are you still putting them in? Because that's when, to me, it kinda changes a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think if you finish undefeated, and then you win that quarter, you get to the semis, I think regardless of what you do, you should get in the tournament.
But where are you gonna require them to play in Dayton, or are you just gonna put them straight in?
I think I'd put them straight in.
Oh, alright. I don't know about
I'll let some of those Power 4 teams that are finishing around 500 in their leagues play in Dayton.
but that's where Miami would finish in a Power 4 or 5 league. They would
I
finish
know, but they also
right
are
where those
undefeated.
teams are.
They're also undefeated. Also,
But
here's
they
my
even played we talked about the schedule they
but
played. It's
but look, here's
duty.
it is so duty. But here's another one of my things. I am not making the 16 seeds play in Dayton. Like, if I was in charge of this tournament,
No, I agree with that. I've always been against that. I
I
100%
would
agree
have
with you
all
on
the
that.
12s. All the 12s would play in Dayton.
Yeah, I would actually I think you're right on that. There's no d
Because
yeah.
I think
I hate that they make the 16 seeds play. Like, let them experience the big time where you have the open practice. Like, we talked about this. You have the open practice and,
yeah,
you get to
and you
go
still get
to a
that,
press
but
conference and you're seeing Bill Self and some legends of the game and some of the coaches of the game. Like, yeah, like, I agree with you on that. Here, hold on. I've got Miami of Ohio right now. They're undefeated. They're 48th in the net. What do you think their quad 1 record is? Oh, no,
0 and
obviously.
0.
Quad 2. What do you think their quad 2 is?
Do they have 2 quad 2 wins?
No,
Do they have 1
1 and
quad
0.
2 win?
They have 1. They are
Do you
1 and
know
0.
does it say who
So,
it
they
is?
played 1 quad 1/quad 2 game.
Do
They
they
are
say
10
who
and
it is?
0 in quad 3 and 14 and 0 in quad 4.
I
So,
mean,
24 of their games are quad 3, quad 4s, and only one of them is above a quad 3. Like, it's you it just
I know,
is
it's
it
tough
I don't know how you just put them in. I just it's
because they're undefeated.
'cause they're undefeated, but
I know, it's tough, and
there's a lot of teams that would go undefeated playing their schedule. A
I know,
lot of
and, like,
teams.
you'll do all these lists, and you'll have all these lists, and they'll be so far down on a team that should be in, and just to jump everybody because they're undefeated, I admit, doesn't make a lot of sense, but
But I'm surprised. Like, why did they schedule the way they did? Because a lot of times you'll see a MAC team like Eastern Michigan and Ohio, just for an example, came in, they played it at Louisville this year. Like a lot of MAC teams in the non-conference will go and play at a bigger school. They'll go play at Michigan State, or they'll go play Kentucky, or they'll go play at North Carolina or Duke. Why is Miami of Ohio, they're skating because they didn't do that?
I don't know. I don't
I'd
know.
punish them for that. Schedule better.
So now you're out. The now the
I'm
have
out.
you
Yeah, I'm
changed your
back to being
mind?
out. Yeah, like, just looking at this is just trash. I'm out. Red Hawks are bums. Get them out.
So they're out. Uh, I'm s
You don't just
it's
get a free pass because you scheduled like a bum.
it's hard for me, but I'm putting them in.
You would.
Uh, NFL combines this week. Used to
Yep.
be the only time that Duke Tobin, the Cincinnati Bengals pseudo general manager, whatever they call him, speaks. He did speak
He had a
after the
couple.
season because it was he just had to because you haven't made the playoffs in what, 3 years?
Yeah.
Um, he
What
spoke
all
to the
Duke have to say?
he spoke to the media today. Talks about how they were always all in, and dude, you can't look at the moves you made last year and say they're all in. I've got 3 quotes that I'm going to read from Duke Tobin. I want you to translate them into what they actually mean and not what Duke Tobin is saying. The first quote: "We're always looking. If there's an opportunity that we feel warrants it, you have to give up things. And when you take a big swing, there's a chance you miss. And it can stay with you for a long time and keep you in the dugout. If we're staying with baseball, we don't want to stay in the dugout. That's not a place we want to be. You don't get to take a big swing for free. Big swings take big compensation." And this quote was when he was asked about potentially trading for Max Crosby or making a move like that. What is that? What is he really saying?
That means he's not spending any money. That means we're not gonna spend any money. Even though we have the money to spend, we're not gonna spend the money. We're gonna just go out, we're gonna either run back the same crew we had, or we're gonna go out and we're gonna get another Geno Stone for cheap, and we're gonna suck.
And also, we're scared. We're scared to make big moves because
Yeah,
we don't
he
want
is
to sit
scared.
in the dugout.
Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, come on. I
He
hate
was
it.
asked. He was asked about potentially restructuring Burrow's deal. We look at
Yep.
all areas to increase our competitiveness if we have to. Cap dollars have to be counted. So if we can accomplish what we want to accomplish without pushing things into future problems, we'll do that. If we need that, we'll consider that as well. Like I said, we're open to doing anything we need to do to improve our team where we're satisfied, we're going to win a championship. That's our mindset, and that's the way we're going into the offseason. But we have resources right now, and we'll see what we can get done.
Yeah, that means he's not gonna restructure Joe Burrow's contract. Like, he's just yeah, like, that's not happening. That's not how he's gonna say that we're looking at it. Like, that's fake talk. It's fake talk. Like, no, there's he's not even considering redoing Joe Burrow's contract.
And
0%
it
chance.
and the reason is they don't want to spend all that money
Right. Correct.
because
They
if
have
they
the money to spend.
restructure
Well, they have money
that
to spend now that they don't wanna spend, and then
right,
they don't wanna have to spend even more money when even like, it no.
because
It
if you restructure, that opens the cap up even more, and then you've got more money that you potentially spend. They like the fact
and then
that his number
your fans
brings
see
the
that.
cap down.
Yeah. Yeah, your fans see the amount of cap space that you have and expect you to spend it, and then they don't want to. So, no, yeah, you're right. There's no chance they restructure Joe Burrow. None.
Final one on a trade, I can trade. I don't throw anything on or off the table with Trey, and we're excited about attacking this offseason. We have resources to attack the offseason in a big way, and we want to do that. In terms of how we're going to do that, how we're going to allocate our resources, who is it going to be on? Our own free agents? What's our intentions there? I'm not going to get in that right here. It's just not the time to announce that to the rest of the league. So that's the best way I can answer that. What does that mean?
That means Trey Henderson is going to walk as a free agent. He's not going to be tagged. He is not going to be traded. He is not coming back to Cincinnati. Trey's gone.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah,
And
no, I agree.
look, if I'm the GM of the Cincinnati Bengals, I am going to try my hardest to tag and trade Trey. But
Yes.
I don't trust them to do it at all. And I don't want the $35 million on the books with Trey.
I also don't know what
But
you're
also, if
gonna
they're not
get
going to
back
spend it
now.
anyway, then just go ahead and put it on there.
I don't know what you're gonna get back for him now. What do you like? What like the return is gonna be smaller than what it was gonna be last year if you would have
100%.
tagged and traded him.
It's a 1-year rental. You're getting him for 30 something million dollars. I think maybe you get a third round draft.
I just think teams aren't gonna play the game. They're gonna call the Bengals bluff. Just wait for Trey to be hit the free agent market, and those that are interested will just go sign him from there.
Watch it and I'm just like, dude, this is Mike Brown. Like
Yeah.
he has been around Mike Brown for 24 years. He has turned into
Yes.
Mike Brown.
He's Mike Brown. Absolutely. Which is
He's
not what we need. We don't need that. We don't need a Mike Brown. We have enough of Mike Brown. We don't want Mike Brown as he is. We don't need 2 Mike Browns.
but don't tell me how you're all in. Like that's not even something you should have to say. Like in no job in the world should you have to tell me I'm all in. That should come without ever saying anything. It should be automatic. Right?
Like,
And
what if I'm trying to think of an analogy, like, at your job, in the alumni office over there, like, the alumni department. Like, no, I just want the alumni office to just be mediocre. Like, I don't know, what like, how do you equate that to, like, an everyday job?
well, I just look at it as like if I when I was working for Coach Walls. Like if I told Coach, I'm all in, Coach. Well, no shit. You better be, or you're gonna be walking, right? Like that's what a
Yeah,
normal person would say to that.
yeah.
Dude, in 24 years, he's produced a 482 winning percentage. They're 185 and 199 with 4 ties. 11 winning seasons out of 24 years and 2 playoff appearances in this decade, in the last decade, the last 10 years, not just the 2020s. It's the biggest offseason that this franchise may have ever had
What is your
in
prediction
their
that the
history.
Bengals do? What is your predict do you give me your prediction on what they do in the offseason. Do they, A, actually go make some big moves? B, make mediocre moves like the Geno Stones of the world and stuff like that? Or C, just run everything back?
Well, they're not gonna run everything back, and they're also not going to do the first one. They're not gonna go sign they're not gonna go trade for Max Crosby. It's gonna be a bunch of mid-tier moves, maybe upper mid-tier moves, trying to hit on guys that not a lot of well, teams are trying to sign, but that you're hoping they outperform their last contracts. It is what they're going to do. It's gonna be a lot like what they did when Joe Burrow was in his rookie deal, when they went and signed Trey the first time, when they signed DJ Reader, when they signed Mike Hilton, when they signed Chidobe Awuzie. That's what they're gonna do. I do think they're gonna go sign 4 or 5 guys to fix this defense,
They need more than
and
that.
yeah, they do. They're gonna go sign 4 or 5, maybe 6 guys, and then
Spend some
and dude,
money. Just go spend some money. Spend some money. I'm just tired
another
of being
thing
cheap.
well, that's never gonna change. It's never gonna change. Dude, my nephew today had wear 90s stuff at Carter Elementary. So my sister sends a picture and
Is he
he's
wearing a
I don't
starter
know.
jacket?
No, he's wearing just a Bengal shirt. And I am like, "Do you even understand how bad the Cincinnati Bengals were in the 1990s?" Like, that is the worst possible thing that you can wear if you wanna represent the
Was it at
'90s
least the
to
throwback?
your
Well, like,
kindergarten class.
so it's wear 90s and was the Bengals shirt like an old school logo
No,
or
it was
anything?
just
So
it
she
was
just
the
threw a
B
Bengals
logo.
suit on her
They
kid.
didn't even
So
have
your
the B
sister
logo in the '90s.
so your sister just threw him in a modern day Bengals shirt and
It's
sent him to
what he
school for
wanted to
90.
wear, dude. Hey, you can't tell this
That's
kid what
not
to wear.
90s. That's not
It's what
even
he wanted to wear.
90s.
You can't tell him what to wear. But,
What
yeah,
do you mean you can't tell him what to wear? Yes, you can tell him what to wear. You'd be like, "You're not wearing this shirt to school. It's 90s day.
you are the
You're either
most
wearing your normal school
non-listening
clothes."
you are the most non-listening to anybody trying to tell you what to do person I've ever met. And this the 5-year-old kid, like, you don't mess with his clothes, dude. He's wearing his first basketball games, he's wearing his wristband up on his bicep. And I'm like, Jonah, dude, that's a wristband, bro. You got to wear it down on your wrist. And he just looks at me, he was like, nah, this is the new style. I'm wearing the wristband up on the bicep. But he wears Bengals for a 90s day. You want to talk about the Bengals being terrible? In the '90s, they were 52 and 108
Yeah.
and had one winning season, and that came in 1990.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah,
Yeah, but nothing good from Duke Tobin today.
not surprising.
Uh, what else?
But I hope he's paying attention to all the measurables of all the defenders out there so we can go draft a guy that has one career college sack because he can jump high and run fast.
Well, that's something he talked about too. Is he
I
a
don't wanna
numbers
hear
guy
that.
or is he a traits guy? Is he a
Don't even wanna
are you
hear
a
that.
numbers guy or are you a traits guy? What are you?
Numbers. Numbers.
I mean, I see both sides of it. Amarius Mims was strictly a traits guy. So was Shamar Stewart, was a traits guy. One of them worked, one of them didn't. Like, Miami, Ohio's got some players that are putting up numbers, but do they have the traits to be in the NBA?
They haven't played anybody.
Right, but but that's Why I could see the
These
argument
guys have got,
for being a
but
trade
like
Scott.
these dudes, but like Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M played against guys that are NFL quality talent in college and put up 1 sack or 2 sack. Was it one sack? Like,
Yeah, I
no.
know.
If you're putting up 1 sack against these guys now, what makes you think that you're going to put up sacks against them in the NFL where there's other guys that are just as good or better than them?
A
No.
combination
Numbers
of
game.
both. A combination of numbers and traits.
Nope.
We need to
I
get
don't
off
care.
this
I don't
topic.
care if you're slow. I don't care if you can't jump. If you can just go get me tackles and sacks, I don't care. You can be small. I don't care. They said Ruben Bain's got small arms now. Like, I
If
would
he's
take Ruben
available at
Bain
10,
tomorrow.
if he's
Do what?
available at 10, you run into the podium?
Yes. Yes. I'd turn in the pick myself. He has, like, small arms. Like, no. You're drafting Ruben Bain because he's a monster and he can get to the quarterback. Small arms is the knock against him. Like, are you kidding me? Joke. It's a joke.
Well, maybe that'll help him
Lamar
fall to
had
10.
small hands. And what was it? Lamar had small hands?
Well, nobody thought Lamar could be a quarterback in the NFL. Like, Marvin Lewis
Stupid.
is making jokes about it.
Stupid.
He can't be a like he did in that Hard Knocks episode where he ran over the curb and
Yeah, I remember.
and
I
then we
remember.
draft and then they're like, you know what? We don't need Lamar Jackson. Give me Billy Price, who will play for 2
Billy
years
Price.
out of the league.
Give me Billy Price. What a joke.
Scottie
Probably because he
Scheffler's
could bench.
streak. What?
Probably because Billy Price could bench press 400 pounds
Billy
30
Price
times.
sucks. I don't care
I
what
know
Billy
he
Price.
did, but Duke Tobin loves him because he could bench press a bunch of weight.
I
Joke.
mean, a
No,
joke.
I'm not
I
buying
agree.
into all that. Get this
I don't.
combine crap out of here.
But
The combine sucks.
it's an opportunity to hear Duke Tobin speak. It used to be the only time. Now it's twice.
You know who another combine guy was? First round pick of the Bengals that sucked? John Ross. John Ross. Ran the fastest 40 of like any wide receiver of all time. What? Let's draft him. He's going to be a Bengal. And he sucked. He was absolutely terrible. I'm
Was
tired
all.
of the combine. I'm tired of Duke Tobin. I'm tired of the combine. I'm tired of all this crap. I'm not even going to watch the combine. I'm not going to pay attention to the combine. I'm not doing anything with the combine. Get it out of
Anything
here.
else? Anything else? Anything else in the combine?
I just hate the
I
combine.
want Ty Simpson to go top 10 though, because makes another quarterback to where Bengals could potentially get a better player at 10. Scottie Scheffler finally didn't finish in the top 10.
He's not a
He had
machine.
he had strung together 18 straight top 10s, which is a record. He tied for 12th at Genesis. Dude was 5 over through 10 holes on Thursday. And then he got saved by the darkness and didn't finish his round and ended up finishing 12th. First off, what's going on with Scottie on Thursdays?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
that's
saying
3
like
tournaments in a row he's been awful.
yeah, like these multiple tournaments where he's not come out ready to play.
Is he getting
I don't
hammered
know.
on Wednesdays? Is he coming in hungover? Like, what is he doing?
He might be. He might be. Or I mean, he's a dad, so maybe he's on dad duty Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and by the time Thursday rolls around, he's like, "Oh, I got a golf tournament this morning." I don't know, but he figures it out midway. He figures it out after Thursday.
Well, yeah, he finished T3 and T4 in the other two, despite almost being last on Thursday.
It's insane.
Here's to put his streak of 18 in perspective. The longest prior streak was Vijay Singh, who had 12 straight in 1983, and then Tiger had 11 straight. And Scottie was at 18. And I mean, he still finished 12. He still finished tied for 12th after starting the tournament 5 over through 10 holes.
Yeah, I mean, if you come out more mentally prepared, you'll be winning these things.
Jacob Bridgman was competing last week and then found the ocean, tried to hit it off the sand and ended up having to go back to where his original shot was, which kept him from having any chance to win. Went into Sunday with the 6-stroke lead. Was like, this is going to be easy. And ends up winning by 1. And admittedly after is like, yeah, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Well, no kidding, bro. You're playing on the PGA Tour. Like, it's kind of conceded a little bit that you think it's going to be that easy. And they got on him pretty good on the broadcast, too.
Where was your boy Rick at?
He finished tied for 28th.
Okay. Made the
His
cut,
first
though.
9 top 20 of the year. Had another he had a really bad he had a bad Thursday and a bad Saturday, played pretty well on Friday and Sunday. But he's gotta get his act together if he wants to play in Augusta. Gotta get the top 50 world rankings by then, so it's gonna
Where's
take
he at
probably
now?
a top 5 in one of these next 3 tournaments.
Where's he at right now?
In the world rankings, he's like 60 something. The Preakness this year is gonna be at Laurel Park, which is kind of a trend as we've seen the Belmont Stakes being raced at Saratoga the last 2 years. All these tracks are getting renovations. They're doing a 400, $500 million renovation at Pimlico, but normally attendance at Pimlico is estimated around 63,000. Laurel Park says that they're capping the attendance at 4,800. Can we not find somewhere else to have this race?
Yeah, what are we doing? What's the actual like, is that the capacity of Laurel Park? Are they scared that things are gonna get out of control? Do they have an infield? Like, can people not go to the
There's
infield and
definitely
party
not
like
gonna be an infield. There's
well, I don't
definitely
know,
not
like,
gonna
that's
be
what
an
they
infield.
and that's what the Preakness is known for. You see the Preakness, like, they're it's a huge party out there. They've got concerts and the whole shebang going. Like, if you're not gonna do it right, then don't do it at all. You gotta find somewhere else. Gotta find
There's one thing to move from Belmont to Saratoga where some people are like, "This is an upgrade moving to Saratoga because
I do.
Saratoga is
Yeah.
such a nice
Yeah.
track."
Yeah.
Obviously, you lose the history of it, but you're gonna have less than 5,000 people at the Preakness Stakes. And look, I get it. Derby winners the last 2 out of 3 years haven't gone to Pimlico. So
I
if
mean,
you
this
got
isn't
less than
Kentucky
5,000
Downs here.
people and the Derby winner doesn't go, is NBC gonna pull it too, where they don't even show it?
They should. I mean, like, what are we 4,000 people? Like, that's like what you go to, like, Kentucky Downs or some nonsense like that. Like, no.
I do want to
They
go to
got
Kentucky Downs this fall.
it's down there on the Tennessee border, right?
Yeah, we can go to Nashville,
Okay.
go to the races at Kentucky Downs, hit up Nashville. They only race for 1 week of the whole year. There's the Mint Casino is right there. Hit up the horse track, hit up the casino, go to downtown Nashville. I want that on the schedule and maybe mix in some golf. Make make a whole thing of it.
Now you're speaking my language.
Dude, I'm playing on Friday.
We're at
You trying to play?
the Oaks. We're at the
Yeah.
Oaks? No,
It's
I
supposed to
cannot play
be
Friday.
it's finally gonna be warm. It's like 60 something degrees.
It was in the 70s last week. Why didn't you play on Wednesday last week?
I had to work, bro.
People have to work on Fridays too, bruh.
I'm taking a half day on Friday.
You don't ever work in the alumni office, do you?
I work all the time.
Not
I
hard
work
enough.
all the time. You said before the show, "Hey, we got any funny stories? We got any funny stories?"
I need some funny stories.
Because you always come with the funny stories. Here's a funny story.
What you got?
The Breaking Bad house,
Yeah,
evidently, the lady that lives there allowed them to use the house for filming.
it's in New Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She she gets so mad about people driving by all the time and trying to look at it, and the city won't allow or this whatever her neighborhood or whatever won't allow her to turn it into, like, a tourist attraction, so she can't, like, charge people to come in and look at it and make money off of it.
Yeah.
She gets tired of people just always gawking at her house, like, that's the Walter White house, that's where the pizza was on the roof. So she's like, I'm gonna sell it for $4 million."
Okay.
It's got some, I mean, prestige to it. It's a famous
Yeah.
house.
I can understand trying to sell it and make some coin. Yeah.
She's lived there for 50 years. It's not like she just bought it and is trying to profit off of it. Do you know what she got?
My guess is it's not going to be 4 million.
No. Cut that by 10. She got $400,000 for it. It was bought by some streamer named Adden. Dude, these YouTubers, they all have way
Funny.
too much money.
Yeah.
And he says he's gonna do some cool Breaking Bad stuff with it. I don't know what he can possibly do if she couldn't do anything with it as far as turning it into a tourist attraction. Maybe you turn it into like a Airbnb where people can stay there. I think that would make sense. That wouldn't be a tourist attraction. Maybe that's what he's gonna do with it. But you've never even watched
Yeah, I
Breaking Bad.
understand. All right, so let's break it down here. Like, I understand her frustration in, her being, tired of people just coming by and just looking at the house 24/7. I get that. But you did allow them to film the show there. Like, when you're putting your house on TV and it's a good
I'm
show,
I'm sure she got
you
paid.
got to come to expect this. You gotta
I'm
come to
sure
expect this.
she made some money off of it.
But my point is I'd be even more mad if I was the neighbors. Like, she's gotta have next door neighbors, right? They're not making anything off of it, and they still get all the traffic that are coming in gawking at the house. The neighbors
Yeah,
are the
the
ones really
the
getting
whole
screwed here.
the whole situation is not really the greatest.
Then if you're living next door and now you got this 20-year-old YouTuber or whoever this guy is that just bought the house, then you're like, "Oh, hell, like, what's he gonna do with it?" And as you said, you turn it into some Airbnb where you just got a bunch of random weirdos running through there nonstop all year long. No, like,
Wh
I'm moving too. I'm getting out
which
of
is
there.
which is what he's gonna do, right?
Yeah,
That's
probably.
the word.
So
He
if I'm
can't
the
turn it.
neighbors, I don't want
Yeah,
that. Like, I'm getting out of there. I'm
yeah.
selling my house too.
They're all gonna get out of there.
Which, if you sold your house and you're the neighbor, I mean, you probably will make above market value because you are living right next to the Breaking Bad house. But yeah, I'm
I don't
getting out of
really
that
know.
neighborhood if
It
I
might
could.
be it might take market value down.
Unless you're a Breaking Bad fan.
Which also, how have you never watched Breaking Bad?
I watched bits and pieces.
Like,
I
how do
probably
you
watched
not
more Better Call Saul. I watched a couple seasons of the Better Call Saul. I
why
watched
would you
that,
watch
and
Better Call
it was
Saul
a
without
spinoff.
seeing Breaking Bad?
I saw enough of Breaking Bad. I saw bits and my wife watched all of it, but I would tune in every once in a while and catch bits like, I understand the story and what's and everything, and so, I saw enough
A
of
lot.
it.
It was my favorite show that I've ever watched. Was just hooked on it. And I started watching it before, like, right at the end, like, maybe the last season or the season before, but I finished it before it was done, like, being week to week. Just just the Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, like, it's one of the best shows, and then Saul, like, it's such and I've watched Better Call Saul too, another great show,
I like Saul.
by the way.
Saul's hilarious.
Like, who watches Better Call Saul without watching the entire Breaking Bad? This
I don't
makes
know.
0 sense. Makes 0
I mean,
sense.
I still haven't seen the last couple episodes of Friday Night Lights.
Wait till it comes on you're waiting till it comes out on DVD or something, I don't know what you're waiting
Oh, I'm sure it's already out on DVD, but
on.
watched all
Joking.
every season, every episode until, like, I have, like, 3 left.
Yeah, I can't remember the end of Friday Night Lights. Um, dude, have you ever like, you know how, like, you bite your lip or you burn the roof of your mouth sometimes?
Yeah.
Have you ever been eating, like, chips and queso and, like, the chip is perfectly diagonal to where it actually takes a chunk out of the roof of your mouth?
Yeah, I feel like I've had that happen before, yeah. It's painful.
Happened to me I have a chunk of the roof of my mouth that is just dangling right now,
Oh.
like, the skin because I
Oh.
hit it so hard.
Oh.
I went to I went to
What
get
kinda
my
chips and
haircut,
queso we eat? Yeah. Oh, you went over
Moe's.
to Moe's? Get
Yeah,
some Moe's? Okay.
they got the junior deal where you get the little burrito and chips and queso and a drink for, like, $10 right next to where I get my haircut, so I hit that up, and then I'm eating the chips, and dude, I swear, it's like I put a sword in the roof of my mouth and just straight up, and I
This was
literally
on
have a
Monday,
chunk.
though, right?
Yeah, it's still
And
there.
it's still dangling? Okay.
Yeah,
Why don't you, like, pick it out? Cut it.
I gue I guess I
Also,
could, but dude,
did you go to Moe's before or after you got your haircut?
what do you think?
Probably after. So, you couldn't come to Beer Nose because you had to run straight home and shower to get all the hair off your neck, even though, when you get your hair cut, they put a towel there to prevent that from happening. But you couldn't come watch the game with your friends because you had to go home and shower to get the small little loose hairs, which was probably like 2 or 3 of them, off of your neck that nobody can see. But you
First
went to
off, I think it's
Moe's.
pretty
But you could go to
I think
Moe's.
it's
But
yeah,
you go to
for
Moe's.
a 5-minute pit stop to get food when I have to eat dinner, yes. Yeah, I can do that.
Could have gone through a drive-through, nobody would have seen you. But you can go to Moe's and walk into Moe's, welcome to Moe's, get your queso, get your chips, get your burrito with apparently all this hair all over your neck, but you can't come hang out and watch basketball with your friends when Louisville's playing. That says a lot. It says a lot about you.
Does it? Does it?
Actually, the fact that you have to go home and shower right away says a lot about you
I think it's pretty
because,
normal.
A, it's not that bad. They they
I think
they
it's
put an
pretty normal.
apron on your neck so tight that it can't even squeeze through, and then they put a towel over it as well. So probably didn't have that much hair to begin with, but definitely not enough to where you have to shower within the hour.
Dude, I think it's absolutely normal for somebody to wanna shower after getting a haircut. I don't think that's a weird thing.
I don't think
That's
you have to
why
shower within
that's
the
why
hour.
at a
It's not
lot
like you
of
have to go home and shower within an hour.
that's why at a lot of barbershops, you get your hair washed at the facility.
Correct.
Nobody
But they
likes
also put a towel and an apron so tight around your neck, the hair ain't gonna stay. It's not gonna be there. It's
it's
minimal
still
hair.
loose in your hair. It's still everywhere.
So you can take a shower when you get home, but it doesn't have to be within 30 minutes of the haircut.
For me, it does.
That's weird. That's weird.
I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm a normal person.
Bro, I can't even tell you got your haircut. Your hair's still too long. You can go back and get trimmed up some
It's
more.
fresh on the sides, bro. Fresh on the sides. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little longer this time, but I don't even look at
It
it.
looks
I'm like, she's like, "Do you need to look at it?" I'm like, "Nah, that's good." I think it actually is a little longer this time.
yeah. 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 You start looking at it because it's long. But shout out to Tammy. Go see her at the great clips on in Fern Creek. She'll get you cut up right. She'll make sure that there's no hair on your neck, even though Nick thinks there is. There's not. So don't worry about that part. But she'll get you done right.
Yeah, you can follow her on Instagram too. Like she's the Roddy Mom 23. She's stories about on TikTok, not Instagram, on TikTok. Stories with all of her doggies, her
Dogs.
Rottweilers.
Her dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
she's getting ready to breed them, and she's trying to talk me out into to taking one.
Boy.
No, no, that is not happening. No chance. No chance. Did y'all win bowling last night?
Nope. Lost in the playoffs. Season came to an end last night, but new
Damn,
season
that was a
starts
fast
next week.
season. That was a fast season.
It started January 6th. So however many weeks that is. Was that 8 weeks, 9 weeks?
Y'all need to
But
get
new
some better
season.
bowlers.
Well, I don't want to talk too loudly, but my wife needs to pick her game up. She bowled a 79 last night, and that's just not acceptable.
Oof.
It's not
Y'all also need
acceptable.
more. Y'all need more chicks.
We do need more chicks. Yeah, it's a co-ed league. 8 on a team. Have to keep 5 scores. 2 of them must be female. But
And
when
you
you
have
only
two.
have 2 females on the team and their scores have to count every time, that's a problem.
Yeah, y'all.
But shout out to Brooke. No, shout out to Brooke Kemp. She bowled a 180. Career high 180 last night for Brooke.
Damn. And
Yeah,
y'all still lost?
that's getting it.
And y'all
Yeah, because
still
Erica bowled a
lost.
79. Well, Erica bowled a
Come on.
79. So
No.
I bowled a
Come on, Eric.
186 in game 2 and it still didn't. I had a 186 in game 2 and it still didn't matter. We still lost. New season next week.
I golf season is almost here. I propose, see what you say, us to do some golf videos with me and you against each other on some holes to try to promote the height differential.
All right. I'm in.
You in?
Don't
You
cry
in?
when I beat you.
Well, don't
Yeah,
cry
don't
when I
cry
beat
when I
you.
beat you.
We're both gonna get beat on
Okay.
holes. Like, it's not gonna be undefeated thing.
I
One
thought
of us might win more holes than the other, but nobody's gonna go undefeated.
no, I'm talking about like the totality of the match. If we're
Yeah,
doing like a match. Yeah.
but I say we can just record a bunch of holes and put them out there because nobody's gonna watch us play an entire round. We just need to find
That's
somebody
true.
who wants to video it. Also, before we jump off, you finally did it.
But yeah, I don't know what I did. What'd I do?
You bought Indiana national championship gear.
Oh, yeah, we got it. Dude, Shout out to Fanatics. Came within like 2 days. Look at that. Got a little
2
hoodie on here.
days?
National
So what
champions.
all did we
Yep.
get?
Got ourselves a hoodie. Got ourselves this nice little Natty champion hat right there. You know, little Natty champs. Got the official locker room tee, the black T-shirt that says National Champions on it. Got the SI cover and framed that of Mendoza diving into the end zone. So the SI National Championship cover. Also got some other thing to hang on the wall that has some commemorative something or other on it. National Champions, and the wife got some National Championship gears. Yeah, couple $100 later.
Was
We're all
anything
set.
on
We're
sale
all
since
set.
it's been a little bit, or was everything still full price?
Yes, the official locker room tee was marked down to $19.99, down from $45 or whatever it was originally.
There you
So
go.
that was the only sale item. But yes, there was a few things.
Well, good. I'm glad you finally bought something. I was worried everything was be gone and you weren't be able to get anything.
Nope,
Um,
we ordered it last Wednesday and it was here by Friday. Some things came yesterday, but very, very quick, very efficient. Shout out Fanatics, did a great job.
Last night, the Morehead State Eagles beat Southern Indiana by 1 to move to 14-5 in the OVC. My boy Johnny Maddox is getting it done in Morehead. See if they can win the OVC tournament and get back to the dance. Did you just put your hand on your head like that was a stupid thing to say?
It was kind of stupid.
Dude,
This
my
is the
boy
first time.
Johnny Maddox.
This is the first time in how many episodes have we done on the height differential now? A lot. Once. Yeah, episode 30. It's the first time you've ever said you have an allegiance to Morehead. It's out of
What am I
nowhere.
supposed to say it just in every random episode? Hey, I used to be the
Well,
head
it's kind of random
media relations
when you just
director at Morehead
no,
State.
it's just random when you're just all of a sudden out of nowhere like shout out to the Morehead Eagles who won by 1 point last night. I was like, who?
Well, I was
Nobody
wearing
cares.
the hoodie.
Nobody
I was
cares.
wearing the hoodie. I was wearing the hoodie. I didn't put the hoodie on. I was wearing the
Like
hoodie.
if people knew that you had a background affiliation to Morehead, maybe they would understand it. But that was just a random thing to do. That made no sense whatsoever.
My boy Johnny Maddox was a graduate assistant when I was the athletic media relations director there. Now the head coach. He's got him at 14-5 in the league. Chance to win the regular season. And then next week, OVC tournament. See if they get back. It's my guy. We called him Johnny Basketball, Johnny B. They're like the cardiac
That's
Eagles,
Johnny
too.
B.
Every game's like, huh? Do what? What'd you
Said
say?
shout out to Johnny B. I said good for Johnny B. Said shout out to Johnny B.
You cut out there for a
That
little.
was the name of it. Johnny B.
Yep. So, go Eags. Go ahead. Glad you got your IU gear. Next week is March. But remember to subscribe to the Height Differential wherever you listen to podcasts. Rate and leave a review. Follow us on social media. You can watch Neil be an idiot on all of our shorts. You got nothing?
Pull some random shirt out of the closet next week and start promoting it.
Do it. I will applaud it.
Shout out to Adidas.
You live your life.
Shout out to Eddie Bauer. My man Big Eddie. my man Big Ed. Call him Big Ed. Big Eddie Bauer coming through with the T-shirt.
Whatever, dude. I'm just glad you finally got your gear. For the 6'6" Neil, I got it right. For the 410 Nick, you've been listening to the Height Differential. We will catch you again next week. Yep.
Give it to me.
You're an idiot.
Shout out to Morehead. They won by 1 last night over Southeast Missouri. Like, what? I mean, what? Who freaking cares? Nobody cares. I know you care, but our listeners have no idea why you care about Morehead because you've never mentioned an
Wear the sweatshirt.
affiliation.
That's why I said it. I can't just wear the sweatshirt for no reason.